You've finally got some time to game. A long holiday weekend, a day off work, and you're ready to dig deep into Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. First off, congratulations, you're in for a treat. But second, let me help set you up, okay? I've played over 40 hours of this game, completely beat it. I've got all the redacted Pokemon, and I'm here to give you the 8 things I wish I knew before I started Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And whether you're just about to begin or you're in your early hours or hey, even midway through the game, some of these tips I guarantee will help make your playthrough better, things I learned and found over the course of 40 hours. So hit that like button if you're ready to roll, and let's go. I'm kicking it off with a great one. The number one thing I wish I knew is this trick right here. It's the reverse long jump trick, okay? Now, you don't have to use this if you want to play by the rules, but the best part of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are the insane open worlds, the high mountain vistas, and leaping off and watching the world fly by in real time with no loads. So if you want to kind of circumvent some of the traversal in this game, you can do what you're seeing right here. Just face away from the slope and keep jumping backwards, up and backwards, and somehow this prevents you from slipping off, and it allows you to scale slopes early in the game that you aren't probably supposed to scale. Now, you're not going to really break the game in any way, but it's just a fun way to explore more of the world and perhaps sneak a higher level Pokemon or a more rare fun Pokemon before you're intended to get it. Now, number 2 is make sure that you tackle the Titans. Now, if you don't want to use my trick, the Titans will provide you with your own traversal moveset the legitimate way, and both are totally valid. But go after the Titans first. They might sound like they are big, beefy bosses, and they are in stature, but they're not that difficult. Especially Cloth and even Orthoworm, Bombardier, they're not too tough to tango with early on in the adventure. And building out your Koraidon or Miraidon inventory of moves is super important. It makes this game so much better when you can climb mountains, when you can soar through the air, and when you can jump way higher. I'm telling you, the first hour or two, when Koraidon and Miraidon have like baby hops, it feels like this is a limited game, but it's really not. And that's honestly my third thing I wish I knew, is that the game gets so much better. Look, I'll admit, this game has performance problems out the wazoo. It is the worst performing first-party Nintendo game I've ever played. That sucks. But it gets so much better. The first 2 hours are not indicative of the fun and evolution that has happened here in the Pokemon franchise. Yeah, it lags. Yeah, there's frame rate issues. But the game is so much fun. And it doesn't really put its best foot forward in the early hours that seem all too similar to past Pokemon, especially before you get the traversal moves. That's why I highly recommend that jump trick so you can see what this game really is early on. And then those Titans will help you progress to a point where now you're jumping off of a snowy peak, soaring to the ocean below, and you realize this is a totally new way to play Pokemon. But if you do have performance problems and the hitches are starting to bother you, number 4 is to restart the game often. Okay, it's been found out that part of Pokemon's performance problems are due to memory leak issues. That means the longer your game session of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, the worse the performance will get. Now, the best way to solve this is every hour or so, exit out to the menu, quit the game, and reload back in. Of course, make sure to save, but this is a easy, patch-free way for you to fix some of the performance problems, and you'll notice that the game runs better off of a clean restart than it does if you're powering and poop socking into a 3, 4, 5 hour session, which I don't blame you. The game is very addictive, but yeah, if you restart it often, you'll find yourself enjoying it more. Number 5 is to tackle those trainers. Guys, I made the mistake of skipping the trainers because they don't have the magnetized eyes. NPCs no longer look at you and want to battle. You have to approach and engage them yourselves. And so that left me running wild, just collecting Pokemon and moving to the next town. But I regretted it later when I needed to grind some levels, and now many of the trainers are useless. Once you're reaching level 30, 40, 50, those early trainers are completely pointless, and that's valuable experience that you just left on the map. So definitely get out there, explore, Take it at your own pace, but make sure that you do face some of the trainers along the way, especially because there's a Pokemon League representative at many of the Pokemon centers that will reward you for defeating X number of trainers in the area, and those are valuable rewards that can help you as you progress. Number 6 is to use your cash. All right, you have 2 types of currency in this game, League points and then cash, and I wish I knew how much I'd end up with. You end up getting so much currency, and there are many ways to acquire easy, free currency. Just spend it. You don't need to save. Grab as many Pokeballs as you want. Pick up some extra super potions. Stock up on revives and full heals. You won't regret it, and you won't run out of money. By the end of the game, I was sitting on so much dough and so many league points, I didn't know what to do with it. And there's opportunities in the back half of the game to really make a lot more via a specific minigame that I don't really want to spoil for you. But just please go ahead, empty your wallet, it'll be okay. And then seek out those Terra Raid battles. It's 1,000 free league points just for clicking on the crystal. Number 7 is to enjoy the Pokemon Pokedex Battle Pass. Did you know this was in there? And it doesn't cost anything. $0 for a battle pass that rewards you with a bunch of good goodies, including some nice level up XP items. We're talking about those EXP candies, rare candies, great balls, things of that sort. Enter the Pokedex and hit the X button to pull up the battle pass, and every 10 entries you will be rewarded with something that will assist you in your journey. This does not get mentioned in the game, it goes unnoticed, and I feel like a bunch of players are going to totally skip out on this and not get the rewards that the game intends you to get. I love that Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are there to provide you with incentive for all aspects of the Pokemon world. Battling, exploring, catching, it's all there, and I love it. The 7th thing I wish I knew was to do the game in order. Now I know, everyone's saying this is open world Pokemon, attack it as you please, but guys and girls, trust me, 40 hours in, I wish I did the gyms in the intended order, or at least mostly in the order. See, I was trying to be the cool guy trainer, impress Director Clavel, and I went out of order. I think I did gym 2, 4, 5, 7. The problem with that is you feel insanely rewarded for accomplishing gyms out of order. But then when you go back to do the early gyms, it's almost like the content is pointless because you're so OP that you just smash and pass right through. Button mash your way through the dialogue because you just want to end the battle that you're one-shotting every single gym leader opponent. It was not the best way to experience the content, and if you do truly want to get the most value and feel the most engaged in the storyline and appreciate each gym leader for what they have, for what their unique mechanic is, I think it's best to do this game in order. Now, explore wherever you want. Tackle the Titans however you see fit. But for the gyms themselves, those have the most storyline. They've got the most tied into the order and the characters, and honestly, they're some of the best gym leaders with some of the best gym challenges we've ever seen. I don't want you to sacrifice that just because you want to prove that you can beat a gym out of order. It's possible. Maybe do it once. But for the most part, I highly recommend tackling this game in the intended order. How do you do that? Well, if you look at your map screen and highlight a gym leader, it gives you a rough idea of where they should be. It'll say, oh, this is a great gym to tackle first, the bug gym leader. Oh, this is a gym that should be tackled middle of the road. Oh, this is a gym to save for last. And even amongst the 2 snowy gyms up on the icy peaks, there's one that is much more difficult than the other, and I did them out of order, and it really goofed up what could have been a fantastic battle. Let me just say that you should wrap before you race. All right, that's my little hint for you there. But yeah, it's kind of a bummer. The game is not scaling, so it doesn't affect you and your progress in that way. You do gym 1 in the 8th slot, they're going to be low level. Now, it does reward you in tokens, so after you beat the 2nd gym, you will get up to level 30, the 3rd gym 35, the 4th gym, so on. But outside of that, they're not scaling the Pokemon, they're not affecting the storyline, and I just think it's best to really do it the way that they intended for you to do. And my 8th final thing I wish I knew is the true power of Tinkerton. Now, maybe you've seen this massive hammer that obscures the opponent Pokemon like no other. Maybe you've seen the pink, puffy, squishmallow nature. This cutie is no pushover. Tinkerton is one of the most powerful Pokemon and helped save me through so many encounters. Honestly, Tinkerton feels like a cheat code at times with Sweet Kiss, Play Rough, and Gigaton Hammer. You terrestrialize that Gigaton Hammer, and even though the move cannot be used 2 turns in a row, it is an absolute wrecking ball. It is the Trojan horse Pokemon to take on so many of the more difficult battles in this game. We're talking gym leaders, we're talking Team Star bosses, we're talking all sorts of titans and challenges. Tinkerton was the pickup. So as soon as you see one of the little pink guys with the hammer, get it, level it up, and reach that Tinkerton status. You will not regret Gigaton Hammer, a steel move. Sweet Kiss and Play Rough, the fairy type moves. It's just a great combo, a very cute and cool new mainstay Pokemon that I think will become a fixture and a favorite of this franchise. And oh yeah, almost like a cheat code, she's just that darn good. Now there you have it, 8 great things to know about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet to make your experience stronger, to make it better, and to have you enjoy this game that is being panned by a lot of people. Rightfully so for the performance, but hey, these are the most fun and expansive and interesting and crazy idea-filled Pokemon games we've ever played, and I don't want Game Freak to forget that. Yes, let's criticize them for the performance, but enjoy the heck out of these games. They're so good and they do so much that we've been asking for a long time. The story goes insane places, the Pokedex is incredible, the world of Paldea is vertical, expansive, and insanely impressive once you reach the end. So get out there, have fun, and journey to find your treasure. Hopefully a few of the treasures in this video help you out. Let me know if they did in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. And until next time, love you lots. SwitchForce out.